Hello everyone. I want to do a quick tutorial on how to do in-text citations and kind of basically what I'm looking for when you do your first discussion post, or actually your second discussion post. If you've already completed your discussion post, you might want to go back and modify it. I will not count off points this time if you don't go back in and modify it. But starting next week, if you don't follow exactly how I've got things laid out in this example, then I will start deducting points. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this week we're looking at the Code of Ethics and the Bill of Rights. So I just decided to use the Code of Ethics because that's actually the one that I know probably off the top of my head and could easily type up. So, okay, so this is an example of APA in-text citation. I basically started off with a blurb about the Library Code of Ethics, and that is published by the American Library Association. You guys can obviously read the rest of that. Then I come down to my citation, where I actually, this is the second point of the Code of Ethics. It's the one that I probably used the most when I was in school library, so that's kind of why I chose it. So for your in-text citation, you're going to obviously cite what you're looking for within quotation marks, then open your parentheses, use American Library Association because they're the ones who created it. And the last time the Code of Ethics was updated was in 2008. So that's why we're using the 2008 date. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. Close your parentheses and whoops, make sure your period is there after that. And then you are good to go. Okay, don't put a period over here at the end of your in-text citation. Make sure your period goes after you've cited your source, and then move on to whatever it is. And then I moved on to my next little blip about what I was going to write about. Okay, so when you get down to the end of your words, however many words you've chosen to write, then you're going to provide a full citation, which is actually what I provided for you earlier this week, but this is exactly what it should look like. Please make sure this is the one that you used. I noticed a couple people have used UCO. Those was just part of an example. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse people, but if you used UCO, like I said, if you've already done yours, go ahead. You can leave it alone for this time if you don't have time to go back in and fix it. But next week, make sure that you're using all of the correct citations. Let's see. Okay, so as a quick side note, all APA uses New Times Roman font, 12 point. So please make sure that what you are using on everything that you turn into us is using that, uses this New Time, the New Times Roman font, 12 point, and that would include your discussion posts. That's kind of why I recommend that you do it in Word first and then copy and paste it over into the discussion post. That way you don't have to struggle with trying to make sure that that's exactly the font that you need to be using and the size that you need to be using, because it's easier to do those things in Word than it is and sometimes in the discussion posts. Let's see. Oh, one other, somebody else had one other question about length. I am looking for a total of 100 words, even though you have two questions. This time, usually, even when you have two questions, I'm looking for about 100 words. Sometimes you're going to go over, sometimes you might be a few words short, and that's fine. But remember, there are now 28 of you that I have in Library Information and Retrieval. There are now 17 of you in School Library Foundations. So on Mondays, I'm going to have a lot of reading to do. So please keep that in mind as you make these posts, because of course I have to read the original post and then all the comments after that. So that's why I ask that you try to keep it around 100 words. I obviously love reading, but I don't have time to read War and Peace every week. So if nothing else, just please take sympathy on me and try to keep it down to a reasonable number amount of words. Okay. All right. So if you have any more questions, please email me, text me, or call me. I will certainly be happy to help you. This weekend is, of course, Labor Day weekend. So my husband and I have plans. So starting Friday morning, it's going to be a little harder to get a hold of me through Monday. So if you have questions about this discussion post, you need to try to get a hold of me before Thursday, okay? Or by Thursday, like say Thursday evening, okay? So if you have any questions, though, please email me, call me, or text. Thank you.